Hello everybody, and welcome back to Saturday Speed Builds. Today, we are renovating again. This is in my efforts and my goals to renovate every building in The Sims 4. Well, at least the worlds that I have. I don't have every world, but you know, we're getting close. Every time the game's on sale or parts of the games are on sale, I buy another pack or whatever. But today, we are fixing Club Calico. I know this makes no sense, and I have no reasoning behind it. I literally have no reasoning. I was going to do like Willow Creek first, and then Oasis Springs, and then I was going to fix all of Newcrest because there aren't any buildings in Newcrest, and I was going to do that, which probably would have made sense, but instead, I was playing off camera with the family that I play off camera, and I wanted my sim to get married, and I was like, oh no, I don't have anywhere to do this. And then I came to this lot because if you don't know what this lot is, or you don't have Brindleton Bay and cats and dogs, then this place is pretty much the place that every Sims kid gets married. Like, I'm not even joking. It's this place, and then there's one place in Windenburg, I think, that all of my Sims get married at because it's a pretty place. It is such a pretty place, and they have a wedding arch out near the water. This is technically a lounge, but no one uses it as a lounge. At least I don't. So I just made this a wedding venue completely, because you need one of these in your games. It is so important to have a wedding venue, because sometimes you don't want to make one every single time that your sim gets married. So I was like, you know, this is going in the save game, and I know which one to do it in. So I fixed this lot. Believe me, this is so out of my comfort zone. I don't do community lots, especially not wedding venues. That's weird. I don't do that, but I think it came out really good in the end, so, you know, that worked. I used a lot of packs. Most of the packs that I own probably I used in here. So sorry about that. I know I used Windenburg or that is not a pack. What am I talking about? Get Together. The world is Windenburg. Get Together. And I know I used cats and dogs, I think. Well, I know I did, because it's in that world. So I'm smart, yeah. And I used Dine Out, I think. And definitely Seasons. That has my favorite fence, my favorite doors. I use it all the time. In every build, those front doors are used. The ones from Seasons. Also, I'm not mentioning the fact that I cut out all of the roofing in this build. I spent almost 2 hours solely on roofing. This build was driving me nuts. Because you know those, like, octagonal roofs that you can put on it? Those are really nice. I like those roofs. They always look really good when you like connect it to a gabled roof. I think they look so good. But the problem is they have to be flat, like really, really flat, in order for it not to clip through the walls. So I had to really mess with that. I messed with only that section for so long. It was driving me nuts. But I did enjoy in this build getting to use whatever doors and whatever windows I wanted to use, because thank God for the newest update. I'm not even joking. Like, I am unreasonably happy about this new update. I know a ton of people are, but it is so exciting that finally now we can place doors and windows off the grid. Wow. New Let's Play? Living off the grid? We can all place windows and doors off a grid? Wow. I'm just connecting all of my videos back to each other. Let's see how many videos I can plug in this video alone. That is the real question. No, I'm joking. But also, I'm not. Go check out that Let's Play. Just a plug here, you know. I'm just gonna go plug my other videos. It's a good Let's Play. It's living off the grid. Except it's not what I was talking about, but it's fine. We'll say that was the off the grid I was talking about. What am I even talking about? Who knows, honestly? I'm just gonna go plug my other videos here. So I did not want this video to be 40 minutes long. If I hadn't cut out any of the roofing, which, I mean, maybe you guys like to watch the roofing, I don't know. But I, I cut it all out because it was really long. It took me a really long time to do the roofing. And you see throughout this entire video, I'm still messing with the roofing. Like, I messed with it throughout the entire time. That was one of the last things that I finished. Which is crazy because I did it first. That was the first thing that I deleted and the first thing that I made again. So I don't... Who knows, honestly. I barely changed the shape of the outside because I actually kind of liked the outside shape. I made it a little bit smaller, like the big central area, because I thought it was too big. But other than that, I didn't really change it. I just put more stuff. So it just looks more filled and looks better, I think. I also didn't use the default roof coloring, which drives me insane when the game does this, because then it just looks like it's unfinished. If you use the default roof, it looks unfinished, even if you did it on purpose. Like, I will never use that, no matter if it's what I want to use, because it just looks like it's not finished. So, pro tip, EA, don't use the default roofing. It's not that hard, because everyone will think it's not finished, and then it just looks dumb. So I changed that. And I obviously changed the roof so it went all the way around the build, which, why is that hard? I don't know. Like, there are points where you can make it so that the roofing doesn't go all the way around and it looks fine. This is not one of those times. This was not the day, not the time. So, yeah, I don't know what they were doing, honestly. You'll see me soon go back and change the roof again. I've talked about roofs for 7 minutes now, but that is only a small point of how long it took me to do these roofs, and I am angry about it. Another thing that I have been doing this week is driver's ed. If you don't know what driver's ed is, or you haven't taken it, or you live in a state that you don't need it, or you live in a completely different country, I don't know what other countries do. You maybe don't have driver's ed. Pretty much what driver's ed is you just sit in a classroom. Well, for me, it's online right now because you can't be in a classroom. But you sit in a classroom and they talk about driving. But it's not even like actually helpful things. It's just like sitting there saying random things that you already know the answer to. Like, green means go, and red means stop. You know, that is simple knowledge. I can technically get my driver's permit, like, already, if all this stuff that's happening right now didn't happen. After, like, now, when my birthday, because I live in North Carolina, so if you guys don't live in North Carolina, you don't know the rules in North Carolina, you can get your driver's permit in when you turn 15. So I'm already 15, so I could have gotten it like a month ago now. But instead, I am now taking driver's ed because everything was canceled. And I won't get it for probably like a year now, which is, great because all the places are backed up right now and you can't get into classes or anything. So that is interesting. So pretty much driver's ed is 30 hours in 1 week of listening to nonsense. It is such a waste of time. And I am dying from it. I'm filming this way later than I would have because I was in this class for 7 hours yesterday. I'm not exaggerating. It was actually 7 hours of sitting listening to nonsense about driving a car. Like, I'm not going to complain because I know it's important to, learn about driving before you drive. I know that's important. But really, for 30 hours? Also, it isn't even like learning important things about driving. If it was learning important things about driving, I wouldn't care because I know it's important to learn stuff about driving and understand the theory behind it and stuff like that so that you don't get in a crash. I understand that. That's completely fine with me. But it's so long. It's just so long. And the teacher that I have, it's on Zoom. if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just like Skype or a way to communicate with a large group of people. It's the new thing that all the teachers are using because we're all quarantined, obviously. But it is so hard to focus for such a long time on Zoom. It is just so annoying to listen for that long. And by done, I mean the listening part, the 30 hours. And then I have to go and actually drive. Because I have to take I have to take 6 hours of a driving class. And then I can actually get my permit, which is a long time waiting. But I am surviving. Though not really vibing, actually. It is not a vibe. I have to wake up so early in the morning. You just sit there and do nothing, and it is so hard not to fall asleep. Like, you do not understand. Or if you do, then you understand my pity. And you pity me and in my sadness. But then I can get my permit, and then I can wait another year to get my actual license. But I'm fine with that whole, like, permit thing, not getting your license automatically or whatever. I understand that because I think it's really important to be safe when driving and stuff like that because it is really dangerous. And, there are a lot of people that do not survive while driving, and that's really sad. So I am completely fine with taking care of the people on the road and trying to help prevent crashes and stuff like that as much as you possibly can, and that's makes so much sense to me. But just the fact of 30 hours? Really? 30 hours? Is that really, really necessary? Especially most of it is just nonsense because there's no way to fill 30 hours. So it's just, a lot of it is just like, what did you guys do yesterday afternoon? Because I don't have anything interesting to say anymore because I have to fill up this time. But, I don't know, actually. That's what my teacher has done for, like, the last couple of days. So, yeah, we are living the good life this week. But then I am done after this week, unless I don't pass the test. And then I think I have to take it again. But I think I'll pass because most of the questions are really easy. So, yeah, that is interesting. Okay, I'm going back to the build and the Sims. I am no longer complaining about driver's ed. I love the backyard of this build. Would it be called a backyard? What is it called? Does anyone know what it's actually called? Would it be a backyard? Would it just be the back? I don't know. I don't have an explanation. I don't know. I'm going to call it the backyard for the sake of what I just said, because I said backyard. But I really like the backyard of this build. I think it's really pretty. You'll see later, I furnish the inside and then I go back to the backyard because I wasn't sure what I actually wanted to do. So I finished that last. I think it looks really cute. It's beautiful. I would have a wedding here. Actually, I probably wouldn't because I would much rather have a smaller wedding in like a less fancy place, mostly for the fact that I feel like this would be so expensive to get into and like impossible to get into. So that would be really annoying, like having to wait like 4 years to have your wedding because you can't get a venue. And so, I just wouldn't love that, honestly. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd actually want to have a wedding here, but your Sims can get in any time. So, you do you. You have your fancy wedding with your beautiful pictures. I did a whole hedge maze at the end. Not gonna flex, but I did a hedge maze. It has no point. There is no reason to it except that it filled up space and it looked cool. Really cool. And I've never done a hedge maze in The Sims, so, that was cool to me. I was like, you know what? What else will you do a hedge maze? There's like those mansions and wedding venues. And I guess like a museum, technically you could do a hedge maze, but I feel like that's way too fancy for a museum. So yeah, literally just a wedding venue, or maybe like a really fancy mansion. And I feel like that is it. I guess technically maybe a really fancy library, but that's probably getting a little bit excessive. So yeah, just a wedding venue. So this is the perfect place. What other time is there to have a maze, a hedge maze in the backyard, back garden, whatever we're calling it? So this is pretty much like the reception area, and you have the actual wedding and the wedding arch that's right next to it. So that was fun. I really enjoyed the whole idea of having like a huge seating area and stuff like that, because you have a lot of people at your wedding, even though none of your Sims will actually sit there, because Sims don't actually sit when you want them to sit. So none of your Sims will actually sit there, but it is imaginary and it looks nice. So that is good. Also, I got rid of all of my build CC. All of it. I just got rid of all of it, and I had like a moment where I just kind of died inside. But we survived it. We survived. So I feel like the things that I really miss are plants, rugs, and paintings, and just like clutter items in general, I guess. Just like all clutter items. I don't really miss wall colors, or I guess couches kind of, because the couches in this game are not great, honestly, but they're not horrible. I feel like the things that I just really miss are the clutter items, the good quality plants. I mean, the plants are getting better now. They used to be really bad though. Like the base game plants, there are like 2 plants that I use all the time, and other than that, I just don't have any plants to use, and it makes me very sad. So yeah, that is what I'm dealing with now. I deleted all of it, and I remembered that I had to size down my lights again, like I didn't used to do. I used to have, those like nice lights that I feel like everyone uses. They're the ones that are the brightest, so you can just put them in the room before you decide what actual lights you want to use, or you can size them down so you can't actually see them, but they just light up the place. They're called like something saucer. Is that the right word? Sure. We're going with it now. But those lights are the best lights in this game, by far. They don't look beautiful, but they are the best lights. I use them in every single build. So, I had ones that are pre-sized down. And those were the nicest lights to have in this game. Like, I'm not even joking. They were the best CC items ever. And by best CC item, probably not. There are better CC items. Clothes specifically are an improvement. But they looked awesome, and they helped me so much. And I remember I had to size down all my lights again when I use them now. The prices I pay to have a Sims channel. Honestly, like, I suffer. I'm suffering here. It's just, we be sad. What am I even talking? We be sad. I am the pure embodiment of a genius. We be smart. What, we're going with it. Someone put a comment in my video, one of the last ones that I posted, and they said if you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be? And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that is such a difficult question to answer. So like, I wrote, what did I even do? Wait, I don't know what I actually did. Here, let me check. Okay, so this person said, how would you describe yourself in one word? I said, I guess I would say determined, but honestly, this is a really hard question. Which it really is. It is a really hard question to answer. I guess I said what I said, which is determined. I'm very determined in almost everything that I do. And that's just like, I can't not succeed. But I feel like a better answer, now that I'm actually thinking about it, a better answer would be, I'm a perfectionist. So that goes with like the whole determined thing. That's just a better embodiment of myself, because I cannot not succeed, which I guess is like a really weird thing to say and a really odd way to say it, but I feel very sad when I don't do well. So I kind of have to, I try my best in everything because I don't want to fail. I am sorry again for this lighting. We can blame driver's ed on this. I'm not even joking. I will blame driver's ed on the fact that I'm filming this late and it is a bad day today. And when it's really cloudy outside, it looks really bad in this room. It is my fault for sitting in a room that has like a rust color wall, because that is a bad color for a wall in a room that you have to light. And I'm trying to get enough money to get like an actual lighting set. But right now, you know, we're dealing with what we have because I don't have a job. Speaking of that, I just got turned down for a job in an ice cream shop. I got turned down for a job in an ice cream shop. No, it wasn't actually that. I know the owner. No hard feelings. I know the owner. And he pretty much just said, yeah, we don't have enough space to get more people now. And I was like, okay. So it wasn't actually like he turned me down or like I got rejected for the job. But pretty much I just asked him, I was like, oh yeah, do you have a job for me? Because he was hiring people my age. And I was like, do you have a job for me right now? And he just said no. So it was, I didn't get rejected, but like I guess I kind of technically did. But it wasn't much of a rejection. I don't know, what do you call that, a rejection? I mean, I got ice cream out of it though, so. Who is the real winner here? I didn't get a job, but I did get ice cream. So that is a win if I have ever seen a win. I tried to cut down this video to be shorter, but honestly, I did not know what to cut down. It took me so long to do. So I just suffered. Once again, my entire face is in like a really bad light right now. I am so sorry. It is now 5 p.m. right now, so I did it to myself. I have told myself I have figured out what time I need to tape. I put this in every video. I'm like, sorry for the lighting. But that's because I keep being an idiot and filming after 4. I can't film after 4 in this room. I should know this by now. But instead, you know, we just film after 4 because we're not smart here. This one I can blame on driver's ed. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, because I was in driver's ed from 8:30 until 12:45 today. And then I took a shower and had a horrible headache because I was up since 8:30. Yeah, I'm a teenager. I wake up at like 1 in the afternoon usually. That's not actually true. I get up at like 10:30. I say that like that's any better. It's not better. It's literally not better. Like, I just need to improve. I'm sorry for my lighting. I look like I'm glowing and it's not a good look. I was warned not to film after 4. I did this to myself. I made myself glow. Everyone wants to glow, honestly. That's like everyone's goal. So I've just defeated it. I've won. Not on purpose, but it's literally in every video. Every single video, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm filming after 4. So this is what happens. If I film before, it's not a problem at all. I look completely fine. But instead, I did this to myself. So, you know, that is just fine. I cut out all of the making of the maze, the bathrooms, the roof. Those are the things that I cut out. I might have cut out other things, but maybe not. I mean, I put in a little bit of making the maze, but I cut out a lot of it because it just took so long because all those individual hedges. Because I didn't want to use, like, the big hedges because I thought they were too big. Like, the fence ones because those you can just drag and it's easier, but I thought they looked bad. So I'm going to cut off the video now. Thank you all for watching. Come back next time for another Let's Play episode. Bye, everybody.